Hello and welcome back to another video. This is episode 10 of Daily Draft Logs. We're looking at a Kaldheim Premier Draft I did a little bit ago, probably about a week ago. This deck went 3-3, so let's have a look and see what we could have potentially done better here in the draft. 3-3, pretty good outcome. 50% win rate or above is always where you want to be, but maybe we could have done a little bit better here and gotten the trophy or something. So let's have a look. Arena not saving pick ones here, so all we get to see is what we chose. Demon Bolt, solid first pick, solid red, best red common, one of the best commons in the set. Makes sense to take it pick one. Let's see what we did for pick two. All right, so a bit of a tough pick two here. Not a lot happening in this pack. No good red follow-ups. We could take Snow Mountain, just to potentially be in snow, or maybe blue-red giants with some Berg Striders or something that are going to want the snow source. But I don't know that we need to take it here. If this was a dual land, if this was a red-blue dual, we would probably slam it. Even a red-black or red-white dual, maybe even we would red-white not as much, but we would be considering it. Single color Snowland with Demon Bolt as the first pick, I don't think is the choice here. I don't remember what I took, so we're gonna find out. I kind of just like grabbing Story Seeker here as just a solid 2, and just trying to attack people. Like, in terms of blue-red, which is probably the best archetype at common, you've got Bind the Monster, not a high priority. Return Upon the Tide, not a high priority. Black-red wants to be aggressive. This card is not aggressive. Divine Gambit, double white. It's not going to splash very well. It is a solid sort of closer in a red-white deck, though, so maybe I'm not taking it highly enough and I should be considering it here. But I kind of just like taking the 2-drop and going for it. There's also Struggle, though. Red-green could be fine as well for us. This is good removal in that deck. So I guess if we're not taking Story Seeker, we should take Struggle. I guess we should take Struggle here. Just a solid removal spell. Try to get a Story Seeker later on. Because I think, green is one of the better colors in the format. White is one of the weaker colors in the format in general. They both pair fine with red, so I guess that would be the tiebreaker, and we would take Struggle here. And that's what we did. All right. Pick 3. A little bit of a signal, potentially. Seen Cole pick 3. It's a little bit early to be talking signals, but I would say that at least the two people are right or not interested in playing red-white equipment, but they could have taken rares, and it looks like one of them took a common, one of them took a rare, so at least one person to our right is not playing red-white aggro, so I can see just speculating on it and seeing what comes. Nothing great in green for us, nothing great in red for us. So, yeah, I think I would just spec on this. Plow and Valkyrie are not cards I'm interested in taking early. If I have the Ox for some reason, which I hope I don't, then yeah, I would take the Plow. If we're heavy snow, we can take the Valkyrie. We are neither of those things at the moment, so I think we just take Cole here, see what happens. Yeah, that's what we did. Pick 4. Well, we just took Cole. Why not take an equipment? We've got Gold Vein Pick here. It's just a card that is talk of the town right now. Everybody's in love with, and I think it's very solid. You pay a mana to equip it, and then if you hit your opponent, you get that mana back right away, which is a really, really big swing, and makes this almost feel like it just costs 0 to equip, which is a big deal. So I think we snap that up here and look to lean into red-white equipment. We could take Glittering Frost and try to stay open, maybe play 5-color Snow, maybe play, green Axe splashing, Demon Bolt, or green-red splashing something else. Problem with Cole is you don't want to splash it. You want to play it on curve, and you want to put equipment on your creatures and kill your opponent. And I think that's more powerful than speculating on a Glittering Frost here. I guess there's also Highland Forest, too, so maybe there's an argument to just trying to stay open and seeing what the snow deck gives us. But I think there's also an amount of staying open when you take a Gold Vein pick, because it does let you splash things. So I think we take the pick here. Ooh, we took the Highland Forest. Interesting. Well, past me making different decisions than present me. Okay, so we're thinking about staying open. We're thinking about maybe playing multiple colors. I might have still just taken Glittering Frost in that spot, because it ramps you, but Also, just having your colors early is important as well. So I'm not really sure where to stand in the dual land versus Glittering Frost argument. Maybe we just try to wheel the Glittering Frost too, whereas the lands don't wheel very often. And we can also wheel Sculptor of Winter, which works quite well with the Forest. It also works quite well with the Frost. But I think the correct pick out of this pack was the pick. So the Gold Vein pick, that is. Next pack. So if we're still looking at red-white, we would probably, we would maybe snap up Frostbite or Run Amok. Run Amok is excellent in aggro decks. Given that we're not 100% set on aggro, I think we take Frostbite here as another piece of interaction that's going to fit in the aggro deck or the red-green deck. That's what we do. Nice. Pick 6. Like Run Amok still, even in a green-red deck. I do like Grizzled Outrider, but this is a card that you can get late, and it's solid stats. I would rather have the Worm, but if you don't end up with the Worm and you just need a big dude, this can be your big dude. But yeah, for this deck, I think I would just take Run Amok. It goes in both decks, and it's a powerful card. That's what we did. Nice. Pick 7. Craven Hulk seems like the only card in this pack that could stand a chance of making our deck. Again, if we end up white-red, which is looking less and less likely, we're not really seeing any white or equipments that we want to use. But a 4-mana 4/4 still attacks quite well, so it could still fit in that red-white deck. And it's pretty good with some of the other cards we have. It's great with Struggle, because it's nice and big. It's going to be able to tangle with most things. It's great with Run Amok, giving it Trample, making it 7/7. It's pretty sweet. So I think we just snap up Craven Hulk here, and we do. Pick 8. Ooh, interesting. Okay, so we could grab a late Rimewood Falls here, and sort of lean into this multicolor snow potential. Rimewood Falls is the best, of the snow duels, so I think we might want to snap it up here. Dwarven Reinforcements is also a solid aggro card for the white-red deck. If we took it, we'd probably just be dropping Struggle in Highland Forest and going more aggressive, which is fine. I think the best pick here is Rimewood Falls, though. Whoops. Oh, we took Breakneck Berserker. Interesting. I don't think I would make that pick now, but I guess at the time I didn't really think Dwarven Reinforcements was anything special, but now I do think it is pretty good. Plus the flexibility of Foretell, having it as a pseudo 2-drop is really good. Berserker is fine in aggro, but it's really not doing anything anywhere else. Whereas Reinforcements, like in the red-green deck even, this is 2 good blockers as you sort of set up your board of big things. But I think I would just take Rimewood Falls, all told. Rounding out this pack, we go to pick 9 here. Grab a Raven Wings. This should be a Gold Vein pick, so I was obviously not respecting the pick at the time. I think pick is just better than Wings. They're both good with Cole, but I would just take the pick here. And I'm sure we're going to wish that we had. Fearless Pup is a 1-drop. Yeah, makes sense. So now we're leaning into red-white. So we missed out on 2 Gold Vein picks. One was because we were sort of thinking about staying open, which makes sense to me. The second one there, obviously we should have just taken it. Nothing for us here. We'll just take Coma's Faithful. Late Glittering Frost, so maybe there's outs to still be 5-color. Late Run Amok, so now we're definitely just going to be aggro. And then we take Valor of the Worthy. King Harold's is like pretty good in green-red, I think, but there's way more reasons for us to want to play Cole than there are to play green, and Valor actually works really nicely with Cole, so we're going to pick it up. And let's go to pack 2. Pack 2, we've got Rune of Sustenance as an aura that plays with Cole. We've got Story Seeker as a solid 2-drop that plays well with equipment. We've got Codespell Cleric that we'll probably just try to wheel. And we've got this mythic rare here that I don't even know what it does. 2-mana 2/1. Each opponent reveals their hand, exile a card until this leaves the battlefield, choose a card, and it becomes a copy. Interesting. And then it's a Tybalt Planeswalker on the other side, which is probably really powerful. So this card would be really good if we were in black, but I don't see a reason to move into black for it here. Especially because the 2-mana side is not insanely impressive to me. I mean, it's a 2-drop, so it's not going to be that great. But I think I would just stick to the coal plan at the moment and take Rune of Sustenance. That's what we did. Pick 2. Oh boy, Arnie Slays the Troll. This is a great reason to be red-green. This card is excellent. Every time it gets played against me, I get absolutely crushed. So I want to be picking it more highly than I currently am. I think we might just take it here, since there's not really anything else going on in this pack. Like, we don't really want to spend this pick on Valor of the Worthy or Breakneck Berserker. Iron Verdict is fine. We've already got Demon Bolt and Frostbite, so I don't think, and Double Run Amok. I don't think we need interaction. This card's kind of just been dropping for me in terms of my pick order. And Divine Gambit, again, not a card I'm typically looking at. White's tough. So I think I'd probably take Arnie Slays the Troll just as a speculative choice. That's what we did. Pick 3. Oh boy. Svella. Okay. Svella. We could snap this up here. So this is a bit of a decision time pick here. We've got Arnie, which is great. Struggle, which is great. Frost for the splash. If we had picked up the blue dual land, I wonder if we would take Svella here. Or we just take another Run Amok and just run amok, which works really well in the aggro deck. There's another Story Seeker going by that we're probably going to wheel one of those, you know. So if we stay white-red, we'll get rewarded. Ooh, man. I would probably move in on this Svella, though, at this point. This card's super good. And having just picked up this Arnie Slays the Troll, I think I would move in on the Svella. And we stuck to Run Amok, which, again, for those reasons I said, makes sense. We're going to probably wheel a Story Seeker. Cole's still looking really good for us, but I think Svella is super powerful, and this is probably a signal that for the rest of this pack we're going to see good green-red stuff. Even if we get cut out of green-red in the next pack, I mean, red was open for us, so we'll still see that. And we could have a pretty nice mid-range deck here, but Run Amok is what we did. So if we had taken Svella, we could just snap up Grizzled Outrider here or Snow Forest, and maybe think about doing that. It's a little bit late to be getting into the snow stuff, and we don't really have any payoffs, but there's just nothing going on in this pack. So, you know, I could see just taking the land and trying to make that happen. For where we're at, we did not take Svella. We were trying to be aggressive. There's really nothing for us here, so maybe we just take God's Hall Guardian as a curve filler. Okay, so we did take the Outrider, thinking maybe green's open, and, I mean, we're not going to wheel that Svella, so I don't know what I was thinking there. But here I think we just take Shimmerdrift Veil. It's going to fix us for red-white or red-green, and it produces snow mana, so that's a pretty easy pick. Ooh, I don't like that pick. That's not a good pick. Horizon Seeker, we don't know that we're green. We do have some reasons to be green. We don't know that we're green, and just having a card that fixes us, I think, is more important than a 3-2. Although this card is good and draws lands and stuff, it does kind of fix you, but Shimmerdrift Veil is an extremely high pick, in my opinion, so we should have taken it there. And we're going to wish that we had if we end up going red-white. All right, and now we're starting to see some late Story Seekers. And I think we just... taking that Horizon Seeker makes you want to take the next one, right? Boy, I still think... I mean, triple Run Amok's great in red-green. Just that we didn't see any green in pack 1, as I recall. But yeah, I mean, if we take Horizon Seeker, we take Horizon Seeker, I guess. That works, but we have no 2-drops. I think I just want to take Story Seeker, stick to red-white. And we took Horizon Seeker, makes sense, but now we're starting to get divided here, whereas we could have just been straight red-white. And now, you know, the green is drying up, because I don't think green is really where we're supposed to be here. We could take Starnheim Courser. It helps us with Raven's Wings. It helps us with Rune. It's a flyer to wear equipment. Man, if we had a couple of picks, too, we would just be absolutely slamming this. I still think it's the card to pick here, but ooh, yeah. And we took Scorn Effigy because we're probably feeling like we didn't know what colors we were and just needed a curve filler. And this is not a spot you want to be in. But I understand this pick. that I made, but this is not a spot you want to be in where you're like, oh, I don't know what colors I am. I guess I better take Scorn Effigy to make sure I have playables. It's not a good spot. I think I would still just take Courser here as a card that actually fits in a deck, whereas Effigy is not a card that fits in a deck. It's just a card that you can cast as a 2/3. So pick 8. Ooh, so there's a late Maya here. I don't know if we have enough to put together a white-green deck. Looks like we don't. I think we're pretty priced into playing red. Probably red-green at this point. We could just take another Raven's Wings. It's pretty good in red-green, and it's good with Cole. So I think I would just do that. We took Funeral Longboat. Yeah, I don't think that's playable, so I wouldn't take that now. And I'm sure it's not going to do well for us. So lots of stuff we could have improved here, for sure. Maybe we would have done a little bit better than 3/3. And here's a late Codespell Cleric for our white-red deck. Ah, boy. I think we take Fearless Pup over it, just because we don't know that we're white. We've passed enough white that, like, our green is now better than our white. Pup and Codespell Cleric are similar cards. They're both 1-drops. Pup's got a little bit of late game application. It's pretty good with Run Amok as well, because if it's got first strike, so if your opponent puts an X4 in front of it thinking that the Boast isn't going to get us there, the Run Amok will. Neither of these cards are great, but I think I would take the Pup here. And we did. Again, red being our pivot color between the two archetypes we're considering. Makes sense to take it here. Snakeskin Veil might be the right choice here to be in green-red, but I do like Valor with Cole. Just feels bad to throw away, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 picks that are green-based to play, Valor of the Worthy, which is not a good card, and then Cole and Rune, which are good cards. So I could see just taking Snakeskin, or even Master Scald, getting back our Rune or Valor later in the game is probably better than Valor. So I think it should be Master Scald or Snakeskin Veil here. Definitely shouldn't be Longboat here. This card is awful. I don't know why I'm taking this here. Probably just Gladewalker as a solid 2-drop for the green-red deck. And Herald's Revenge, yeah, for the green-red deck makes sense to me. Probably Wings of the Cosmos over a card that we're definitely not playing. Wings is like a reasonable trick. We've got 2 Pups that would benefit from it if we end up white-red, but I think we're going to end up green-red at this point. Story Seeker, nice, late 2-drop pickup, so now maybe we can consider being white. And again, remember earlier in this pack I said we were going to wheel one of those because we were seeing them go by, right? So, and sure enough we did. So maybe we should have been picking, white and just staying on plan and not getting confused by what we were seeing in pack 2, because pack 1 and pack 3 are going to be similar in terms of what you're seeing being open. Pack 2 is always going to be different. So if you change course in pack 2, pack 3 you're going to get cut and you're going to end up essentially train wrecking. So here we've got another look at Shimmerdrift Veil, which is going to fix us for either deck that we decide to be. We've got a Ravenous Lindworm, which is excellent in any green deck. We've got a Path to the World Tree, which could help us splash, but we have nothing at the moment that we care to splash. Or we take Goldvein Pick as another piece of equipment for Cole, and we stick with the red-white plan. So Veil, I think, beats Path, because they both fix us, but Veil fits in both decks. Lindworm is probably not the pick. I think we need fixing at this point. Or we take Goldvein Pick and just be red-white. But even still for the red-white deck, we kind of want the fixing. So I think it's just Shimmerdrift Veil at this point, just to play it as safe as possible. Ooh, Story Seeker. Well, I mean, if we're going to take a red-white card, I would have taken the pick and just wheel the Story Seeker. But maybe at this point, we were just kind of like, all right, we got to pick a direction. Let's just pick a direction and go. And we picked red-white and probably didn't realize how good Goldvein Pick was at this point in the format. So Story Seeker there would not have taken if it was me now. But if we're thinking that we're red-white, we can just pick up a Bound in Gold and have a good removal spell. And now that we're sort of back on that plan, I still sort of feel like, is our green better? No, I don't think our green is better at this point. We've got good 2-drops. We've got lots of great aggro cards. We've got a Cole. I think we do want to lean towards white over green as our second color. So I think we take bound here, and we do. So now we know we're white-red. We just have to stick to that. I think we take Spectral Steel here. Works great with Coal. Works great with Double Story Seeker. We are a little light on creatures. 1, 2. Works great with Pup, though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A little light on creatures. We might just need to take the Story Seeker here. Now we took the Spectral Steel. Makes sense to me. We've got a lot of things to get back with it. A couple of Valors, a couple of equipments to get back. Just hope that we get there on creatures. So we can't consider this Troll anymore. We don't have the fixing to splash anything, and we're priced into red-white at this point. So I think we just take Tormentor's Helm to go with Coal. That's what we do. And here we get a gift in Axguard Cavalry as a good 2-drop, or Runeforge Champion. We do have a rune to search up. 3-mana 2/3 is not great, but the fact that this provides card advantage is kind of nice. And it finds it's a rune, which is good with Coal. I guess we just take the Runeforge Champ here. Yep, makes sense. And then we'll slam an Axguard Cavalry as a good 2-drop, and we'll round up this pack. Probably just need creatures enough that we want to take Hoggy Mob over second Raven Wings, but Wings obviously good with Coal. Pretty good card. Again, need creatures, so we take Braggart over Onslaught. Even though Onslaught is excellent with Run Amok, that can end some games. Let's see, how bad are we on creatures here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hoping not to play any of those. 7 and 8. I guess we have to play 9, 10, 11. Yeah, I guess we have to take the Braggart there. We'll take another look at Goldvein pick. I think we should have taken that over Divine Gambit. Craven Hulk. Probably take Starnheim Courser here. We've got some equipment. We've got a bunch of... if we'd taken the pick, especially, we would really want it here. But we've got a Raven Wings. We've got a rune. We've got a Spectral Steel that it works with. It carries all those things super well. I think we just take Courser here over Craven Hulk. Story Seeker's a nice late pickup for us. And then round it out with a bunch of nothing. And our final deck looks something like this. So, really missing those Goldvein picks, as we said. There's a couple of white creatures that we probably could have taken over, some of these green cards. Taking a Shimmerdrift Veil, the multicolor Snowland, over a Horizon Seeker would have given us some fixing in this deck. So definitely some spots where we could have shorted up a little bit. And we ended up a little bit light on creatures because we were sort of playing around in green for a bit. I think we got thrown off by seeing Arnie and Svella, and then not taking Svella, and then being like, oh, we should have taken it, and kind of, puttering around too much in pack 2 there. I think if you see a lane in pack 1, stick with it in pack 2. It'll be there for you in pack 3. Try not to get thrown off by the things coming by in pack 2, because those people are passing to you in pack 2 are in different colors, and different things are going to be open in that direction, but you cannot expect them to be open again in pack 3. So 3-3 record, again, not the worst, but I think there's a lot of spots that I could have done better in this draft. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you'd like for me to review a draft of yours, just post it in the comments using your 17lands.com link, or whatever service you're using to track your drafts. And click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you'd like to see more draft reviews. And you can always check me out on Twitch at twitch.tv/alromusic. Thanks for watching, as always. We'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.